Do you want to see something different? Today I'm going to explore Istanbul using nothing but urban ferries. Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Istanbul. This city has got an absolutely fantastic ferry service across the Bospherous, linking the European side of the city to the Asian side. And what I've done is I've invested in an Istanbulkart, which is a prepaid card you just tap on and you board. And the plan of action today is to just totally crisscross my way all the way up the Bospherous until I run out of time or I run out of funds. Let's find out ferry. I've planned this whole day in advance. What could possibly go wrong? Well, knowing me, probably something. I'm here at the main ferry port, which is called, and I do apologise in advance to anyone who can speak Turkish, Eminönü, and that apology passes on to any other ports I pass through, because how I pronounce them is probably not how the Turks pronounce them. But from here I have to get to a place called Kadıköy, and it's around here somewhere. Aha! I think I've spotted it.
If you want to see the islands of Istanbul, there are scheduled expeditions to the Prince Island from up there.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. There must be a workaround somewhere. They say the hardest part of any project is starting. I'm kind of relieved that was a lot easier than I expected. It makes me more confident for the next of the ferries coming. This is Kadıköy, on the eastern side of the Bospherous, and this is the place I've been looking forward to seeing. Something particular I want to see just over there. That departure out of Istanbul on the western side of the Bospherous was amazing. The number of ferries and how close they get to each other. If you're into ferry spotting, that's your Clapham Junction here. It's amazing. Well, that didn't go according to plan, and that is a disappointment. Haydar Passa station, which we saw from the ferry, I wanted to go and have a closer look, because that is a very historic railway station. Let's say you were travelling on the Orient Express from Paris to Istanbul, and you wanted to continue on to, I don't know, Baghdad or somewhere. You would cross the Bosphorus on a ferry, then you would rejoin the train at that station. Very historic station, and a very closed station. I did notice it was covered in scaffolding, but I thought it was still open for business, but obviously not. Very nice man back there said, no, closed. Okay. Right, back to the ferry terminal for maybe ferry number 2. I thought I'd have a sneaky look on the other side of the tracks just in case there was another way of getting there, because I thought there's no way they're going to close off an important terminus station completely. Oh yeah, the whole thing's closed off. They're rebuilding the platforms and the whole lot, so no chance of getting down to that station. Okie dokie, the next ferry is from Kadıköy to Karaköy, again back on the western side of the Bospherous. I had in my mind one ferry every hour. It just gives me an idea of how I'm progressing. And at the moment it's 11:45, so I'm doing okay. The problem is, I've noticed on some of the schedules, these ferries only operate once an hour, so I might fall behind very quickly. Anyway, let's find our ferry.
We would like to remind you that smoking
The moment you realise the ferry isn't going where you thought it was going to be going, which is over there, but it's actually going over there. Right, I think I've worked out what's going on. We did a big kind of a loop around the Bospherous because we were avoiding a very large tanker. That's why we're going in the wrong direction, but I think we're going to Karaköy now. Sadly, Karaköy has very little going for it. It's not the sort of place where you linger. You go somewhere else. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Ferry number 3. Okay, ferry number 3 to Üsküdar, just up here somewhere. Okay, I appear to be at the right place. I'm just at the wrong time. Üsküdar doesn't leave for another 40 minutes yet, so let's just go for a little walk down here. The Turks really do like their big flags. A combined seafood restaurant and pub, that ticks boxes, but I've got a ferry to catch. Hope I'm on the right ferry. The moment you realise you're on the wrong ferry. Yeah, I just saw everyone else get up to this ferry, so I joined them. But apparently this wasn't the one I was supposed to get. I've ended up in some place, I don't even know where I am. No, I'm not even going to try and guess. Let's get off. Right, this is Kasim Passer. I need to get back to where I was, so let's see if this ferry's going back or whether I have to wait for another ferry. No, there's one in 5 minutes. Right, I think I've got it sussed. This is the ferry I should have waited for at 10 minutes past 1. It comes here, it terminates, and then goes back again. Yeah, so this ferry goes to Kadıköy and then we'll go on to Üsküdar, which was the original plan. It should be at Kadıköy in about 10 minutes, and that's when I was scheduled to depart when I was over there, so I should have just waited until 10 minutes passed. These ferries run very, very accurately, so they never kind of arrive early and hang around. They come, pick up passengers, off. Here we are back at Kadıköy. It's right on time, 13:10. I'm on the right ferry now. Welcome to downtown Üsküdar. Okay, it's a nice big public area this. There are people fishing, people standing, people sitting, and people feeding pigeons. Apart from that, not much happening. So I'm going to head back and I'm going to catch the next ferry to Ortaköy. I'm actually just thinking I might have to top up my Istanbulkart again, because that little excursion I did, the extra little journey you got, the bonus ferry journeys have kind of used up a lot of my funds, so I might have to top it up. The good news is there's loads of these machines where you can top up your Istanbul card. The problem is they don't all work. Right, where's my ferry? Good news and bad news. Good news is I'm off to Ortaköy and there's a ferry. The bad news is it's not for another 2 hours. So I might get a bite to eat. You know something, I've just had a thought. I bet you that got you sitting up straight, didn't it? Yeah. If I have to wait 2 hours for a ferry to Ortaköy and I get off at Ortaköy, how long do I have to wait for a ferry to get out of town? I don't want to have to wait another 2 hours. So I'm thinking I might give Ortaköy a miss. But I might still get something to eat because I'm starving. There are loads of places where you can buy snacks, but not that many places where you can actually sit down and have a meal. Although I may have just stumbled across one.
Senin kan bağışın olmasın.
I struck out. It says it's a restaurant, but they're just selling very, very nice cakes. More of a cake restaurant than anything. Right, problem solved. Gonna have meatballs with cheddar and a cafe latte. That's good. Well, that whole experience was an experience, but in different ways. It took an hour to have the meal. It took about 25 minutes just to get the order delivered, but it was delicious, absolutely delicious. So it's time to pay by credit card. We only accept Turkish credit cards, because this is not a really heavily touristy area. So he trusted me. I actually walked around to an ATM, had to make a withdrawal, a cash advance from a credit card. The fees. But he trusted me, and I went back there and I said, thanks very much for trusting me. That seems to be the Turkish way. They're nice people. Right, let us get a ferry back to the city centre, because my plans for this this ferry video have been kind of scuppered. I'm assuming that the main service from here will be back into the city centre, and in fact, boom, yeah, there is 15 minutes. I hope this is the right one. I'm just following everyone else. It is 4 minutes to 3, so it's a 3 o'clock departure. This must be it. What could possibly go wrong? absolutely amazed at how these captains manoeuvre these boats. Honestly, if you've ever been to the Gannon bus station and you've seen buses reverse and whatever, it's just like this. They reverse the narrowest of points and then get a boat in there. It's amazing.
Can yelekleri koltukların altında ve can yeleği dolaplarındadır. Lütfen çevremizin... Please take care of it.
And here we are, where it all started about 5 hours ago. That was an amazing way of seeing Istanbul. Definitely off the beaten track. I would definitely recommend it, but just remember, cash is king. Because if you've got a foreign credit card, you might find it's not accepted. And this explains why you can have a row of 6 or 7 different ATMs represented by different banks, because everyone needs to withdraw cash. Before I finish this video, I'm just going to go up to the bridge here. There's loads of fishermen. I'm going to see what they're catching.
Kafadan buradan sok.
Aslan sadece hattı yes.
Well, there are definitely loads of fish being caught, that's for sure. And it's prayer time as well. So I think I'll end this video now. Thanks very much for coming along, guys. I'll see you next time.